I got the best of him in the regular season, but there were some pretty close games. He'll pump me every once in a while. Toby plays online more than us. He's good. I'm not much of a big like online gamer, so I like beating the guy next to me. I don't really like beating guys online.
You don't like making 12-year-olds cry. That's what you're saying?
No, I'd rather beat the guy sitting next to me and kind of make fun of him. That's kind of what I like to do with video games.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of the IBL Inside Pitch. He's Neil, I'm Mark, and introducing the third man inside the pod this week, he is the reigning, defending, undisputed Intercounty Baseball League Rookie of the Year. He's been throwing nukes. He's been hitting nukes, I should say, for the last little bit to start off the regular season. From the London Majors, Kaiden Cardoso joining the program. Kaiden, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. Obviously, last year you win the IBL Rookie of the Year. You come back into this year and feels like there might be a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. It seems like after things didn't go exactly according to plan where you were before coming back to London. How has that kind of fueled you in this early start? Because it seems like it's gone right to your bat, and you've been doing pretty well for yourself for the London Majors here so far.
Yeah, I mean, try not to take it too personally. Like it's a business, and obviously, I mean, I would like to make the team, but it didn't. So what are you gonna do? Feel like I put in some good work in the off season, so I think that's kind of what has fueled me more than anything else. I mean, can't help certain decisions. If you don't like it, play better. So yeah, just trying to win some games, and we're playing well right now, and we'll kind of see what happens the rest of the way.
So is the baseball looking like a watermelon every time you're at the plate now, right now, or is it just?
No, it looks like a Rommel IBL baseball. You know, it's white. It's got some seams on it. Just getting some good pitches and not missing, and missing's a part of the game, and it'll happen. Been hitting it pretty good. Figure it out.
Yeah. I think the inside joke around my house, anyways, was yesterday when you're batting against Kitchener, and it was just like, oh my God, he actually got a single, as opposed to everything else that you've been hitting so far has been extra base hits.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I like to. I'll take as many singles as I can get. Striking out a little bit, so I'd like to trade those for some singles. But yeah, been catching some barrels and they've been getting down. Worked on some speed in the off season, so trying to stretch a few more of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're thrown out. What are you gonna do?
A little too aggressive. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, what else goes into your off-season kind of regiment as you try to, get ramped up for the baseball season to come?
Yeah, it's pretty much. I got a pretty good group back home of guys who. I mean, Brandon Hoope, he plays for Welland. We hit pretty much every day in the off season. Ended up playing some winter ball in December. That was awesome. A little bit unexpected, but it was great. I'll go do it again if I have the opportunity. Basically, you wake up, eat breakfast. We usually set a time to get in there, and we're 10 to 20 late every day. Just that's the way it is. So we'll go in, we'll hit from 10 to noon, do our throwing, and then you'll go lift from like 2 to 4, and then 4 to 10 you're working with kids at UBC, doing some kids camps, and then when the high school teams kind of get going, we'll help out a little bit with them too. And then UBC does a really good job in the off season. They have like a velo program and a bat feed program that I really enjoy helping with. The velo program I don't know a whole lot about. I kind of, if they need me, I'm there to kind of be
in their body or something. Yeah.
Do a little bit, but I tell them like, hey, like you're 18, you know more about pitching than I do.
I just hit baseballs. I don't throw them.
Yeah. The bat speed I really enjoy. That was something that I I wouldn't say I love being like a hitting mechanics coach. I think that's pretty hard to do, especially with young guys. I think everybody's body moves pretty differently, but just kind of talking about to young hitters about kind of just like approach stuff and kind of what your mindset should be going into games, kind of what confidence can do for you. That's something I really enjoy. So that's kind of our off season. We try to take some weekends off. It gets pretty monotonous sometimes. So sometimes you got to go play some golf or go out every once in a while, but you get back into it, and it's pretty much 7 days a week, all day long. And it's, it's the job doesn't pay you the most in the world, but it's the best job I'll ever have. So I try not to complain about it too much.
Is there anything you swear by on game days that you say, okay, I have to do this in order to kind of get your mind ready for the game?
No, I think every day is kind of fluid, especially in the IBL, or just in baseball in general. Like even in college, like sometimes you roll into a game, you got 20 minutes to get going. So,
yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I think I do, kind of just I think visualization is just kind of the biggest one that I think I try to do. Obviously, you stretch, you get ready to go. You just kind of try to be a little present, like kind of be where your feet are at, right? Like everybody has an idea of where they think they want their baseball career to go. And sometimes it's tough to go, okay, well, I'm not really where I want to be. How am I going to deal with that? And it's, well, you kind of just have to play well where you're at.
Yeah. How much of an adjustment was it from last year when you came from, it was Antelope Valley, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Antelope Valley, and then you came there into the IBL and everything else. And you have a guy like Eduardo Viola who likes to throw a lot of back picks down the line here. How much of an adjustment was it compared to what you were used to at the college level?
Oh, that was awesome. I loved it. I'm a big proponent on trying to steal some outs. Not that we do it a whole lot. It's not like we game plan for it or anything like that. But I mean, he's got a good arm, and it's just, in certain situations where you try to steal him out, or you think maybe, okay, we might have a shot at somebody here. It's great. I've had guys in high school who had some good arms, some J&T guys playing Vauxhall that were really good and had some good arms. So we kind of, figured out a way to kind of give each other a heads up on, where we think we might have a guy, and it was fun. So I like playing with Diolio. He's really good behind the plate. Like I say it to guys who I talk to, like I don't think I've played with a catcher. Like I think he's the best catcher I've played with defensively, especially arm wise. Like he's got a rocket. So I mean, if you have it, might as well try to use it.
Oh, exactly. He's not afraid even to throw it down the middle, up the middle here, to throw a guy to second base trying to do the same sort of thing either.
Yeah, I mean, people get pretty aggressive in this league. Like there's guys who come out from college and they're trying to make plays, and they're trying to I guess try to make a team or do whatever, like show some stuff. Sometimes they get a little antsy, and if you can get somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys are 5-0 on the season to start out of the gate and everything else. So I guess things are going your way right now. A lot of competition between you and Toby Simmons as far as who's going to wind up with a bigger batting average and everything else. You guys are you're hitting the cover off the ball. Both of you guys are just right now on fire. It's great to watch and everything else. Is there a little bit of a rivalry between you two right now as far as, okay, I'm going to go up there and do whatever, and then you're like, okay, here, hold my Gatorade. Toby went out and did this. I got to go do this now, or?
No. I mean, it's 5 games into the season, right? So like you have a hot 5 games, your average is going to be pretty high. He's a good hitter. I don't think there's a competition at all. I mean, we're both cheer for his success, just like he cheers for mine. You just kind of, we just try to bounce some ideas off each other, and he's a good guy to talk to. He was in the minor leagues for a little bit, so he's seen some good baseball. So it's good to talk to him about, what guys are. He's a switch hitter too, so when a righty's up, kind of, hey, what'd you get? What are you looking for? What does he look like? He's a smart hitter, so it's good to have him to talk to, and it's yeah, it's just another bat in the lineup that you like to have. So I hope he hits 1,000 on the year. I don't think it's possible anymore, but
No.
I hope he breaks every record possible.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to the All-Star game last year. And of course, you're facing the switch pitcher, and you're a switch hitter. So you guys were having fun out there. I thought that was the most, I don't know, the classic thing. It was just great because you guys, he was declaring which way he was going to go. So you flipped the bat over too, and go to the other side too. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, when I saw him, I was kind of like, well, because I don't remember if I got a hit in that game or what. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I figured, okay, it's not bad. Like it doesn't really matter. And I remember seeing Larry Walker do it against Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
And
put the helmet back for
yeah, so that's kind of what I thought. Like I tried to turn the helmet around for the it didn't work. It wouldn't fit on my head, but that's kind of what I thought. I thought it was funny. I thought it was something and then I remember when I got to like 2-0 because I think I went down to bunt and he switched to righty and I switched to lefty. I figured there's a fastball. I tried to swing as hard as I could and I popped up and whatever. But I thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of something like on a whim, and it was All-Star game. You're just having a good time. So I thought it was a good way to get a little life into the game.
So we got to ask the question. Of course, you've seen Ryan Rio's already declared on one of the shows and everything else. And of course, when they did the Barry media presser, he was declaring, if they invite me, he's going to show up and everything else. And of course, then I had Jake Sanford on the show last week. And of course, I asked the same question. He said, yeah, if they'll invite me, I'll show up too. So if the invite is there, is Kaiden Cardoso going to go to the All-Star game in the home run derby again?
I'll go to the All-Star game. I don't know about the home run derby. There's my dad always talked about it. I mean, you see guys who go nuts like early, and they're tearing the cover off the ball and they hit really well, and they go to the All-Star game or the home run derby, and you take 40 swings where you're just trying to hit a nuke, and all of a sudden you're cold. It happens to a lot of guys. And it kind of happened.
It happened to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. that year. He won the All-Star game, like the home run derby, and then it was like after that, it was like he couldn't hit for a month. Yeah, so I don't know. It's not that the home run derby isn't fun, and I had a great time doing it. Yeah. But they don't. I don't really. I'd love to win a home run derby, but I don't really. I'd rather win a championship, and I'd rather help a team win than win a home run derby. So. We'll see. It's something that I have to decide on, but I don't know. I didn't hit very well after the All-Star, but I think I went like 4 for 5 my first game back, and I had an 0 for 20 right after. It's kind of sucks.
So I want to take things just a little bit off the field. What's Kaiden Cardoso like away from the baseball diamond? Like what are some of the things that you like to do just to kind of kill time and just have some fun kind of thing?
So yeah, it's a good question. I'm trying to figure that out too. I'm a big golfer. I like golf. You get a little bit of downtime in the IBL every once in a while. You have some light weeks. So getting out, people say it kind of hurts the swing. I think it kind of frees me up a little bit if I'm ever feeling stuck. I'm a little into photography. I did a little bit in college, and my brother gave me a camera for my birthday that he used to use. So I've been taking a couple pictures here and there. That's pretty fun on a nice day, just to go walk around and take some pictures. Other than that, I mean, in the dorms, it gets a little monotonous here and there, but we play a lot of the show. We play a lot of NHL. Actually, our room, we just drafted teams in MLB The Show. So we pick you have your 3 teams, and you go down the list and you pick your whole team, and those are the teams we're playing with now, and it gets pretty competitive. So that's me, Colby Ring, and Rick. So we have fun doing that. Other than that, I mean, you just try to, especially in season, you try to stay in the gym for the most part. You play some basketball, kind of bounce around. Just try to keep your body moving. Obviously you need to go out and have some fun every once in a while. You, on a nice day, go for a walk. Try to get out, see the sun. Try not to stay in the dorms all day long. But yeah, it's baseball's a pretty big part of my life, so it's a tough balance. I don't really know how much balance I really want as a baseball player. I'm pretty content with it being my life as of right now, because it always comes to an end sooner or later. So I mean, if it was up to me, we'd play every day, but it's not up to me.
Who's the biggest show guy in the dorms there? Who's I guess at the top of the competition? Are you beating the
Me.
brakes off of these guys? Or?
Hey, okay, all right. I'm gonna have to add you guys so I can get my butt kicked.
I'm getting the better of Colby right now. Like, well, actually, we do a season. Like, we play like 12 games or whatever, and then me and him are in the best of 7 right now, and it's 2-2. I got the best of him in the regular season, but there were some pretty close games. He'll pump me every once in a while. Toby plays online more than us. He's good. I'm not much of a big like online gamer, so I like beating the guy next to me. I don't really like beating guys online.
You don't like making 12-year-olds cry. That's what you're saying?
No, I'd rather beat the guy sitting next to me and kind of make fun of him. That's kind of what I like to do with video games. But I'd say Toby's probably the best. Ring's pretty good. Ricky's team is really bad. Ricky drafted a bad team. So it was so bad that
does he have his own telethon? Like, that's how bad it is, and he did our own telethon just to get through the season.
Well, we have power rankings, and it's just us 3, and I got the Yankees, but it's like the fantasy team. And Colby's got the Red Sox, and
we're gonna have to do a show tournament between all 9 IBL teams. Everybody sends their best and see what happens.
Yeah, I think Toby's probably the guy we're sending.
Yeah. Now I'm scared to even. I'm gonna have to get. So what do you guys plan on, PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I should have brought my PS2 here. I got some pretty good games for that, but I decided not to, which is kind of I should have brought it.
Cool. Is it mainly sports games for the PS2 that you were playing, or?
Yeah. MVP Baseball 2005 and Madden 09.
Oh,
yes.
Going old school.
I have an owner mode on that game that I've been playing since like my first year of junior college.
Wow.
And I haven't played it in a couple of years, but I've been like 2040 or something like that. I did a fantasy draft. I drafted Albert Pujols. He was nasty for me. I love that game. It's so much fun.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun back in the day.
Yeah,
I gotta challenge Tyler Duncan to Ken Griffey Jr. baseball one of these days.
I never played that one.
No,
never played that one.
They had a retro classics gaming thing on Cable 14 last year. All the Cardinals took place, and of course that was when I was gone for surgery, and it was just like, oh man, I missed that. I was like, I would have taken those kids to school.
Yeah, big fan of them.
Yeah.
I just played a lot of Chell back in the day, just the old school. I actually played on a GameCube for a little while. It was
really
nice.
Yeah, I had a game. That was the first console I ever bought. I remember I bought it, and I had NHL 05 with Marcus Nelson on the cover.
Yep.
And I played that for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, that was the lockout year too. Like that was right before the lockout happened.
Yeah.
They brought the game out, and then the lockout happened. I was like, okay, so now what do we do with this thing?
Yeah.
I feel like there was, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the NHL did something at that point where they just kind of simulated through a season just on NHL 05 and just played that through, not on an official network or anything like that.
No, but they kept announcing the wins and everything, the wins and losses and everything else, and just I remember that.
I never heard about that.
You probably were just like,
I was 5 years old.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have heard about that. You were pretty young. So how did you finally wind up in the Intercounty? I know George Halim brought you to Hamilton originally before you got traded to London. And I don't know if you met with some of the guys here in Hamilton and everything before that happened, or it was just
and coming out of UAV, I had some pro looks. I ended up tearing my labrum in the regional, so that one kind of cut a lot of those looks out. And you kind of learn about how American Indie Ball works, and a lot of those guys kind of contacted me, and the conversations would kind of always go the same. Hey, do you want to play here? And then it was, hey, what's the visa situation like? Not good. And that's kind of how it would end. So I ended up getting surgery like a couple months after it had happened. And then kind of while I was rehabbing, I kind of knew I wanted to play professional baseball. Whatever that looked like, I knew I wasn't done. Had a pretty good year, my last year of school, and figured it would kind of be a shame if I stopped like that. Kind of looked at my options, figured the IBL was kind of the best option. And I knew Colby Rink from school, and also we grew up playing against each other. So I kind of contacted him, and he kind of gave me just an in with George, and he kind of looked at my numbers and kind of took a shot on me, even though I was coming off of labrum. And that was, I mean, my first games in the IBL, I was like 8 months off of surgery. So that was trying to just kind of hide my shoulder a little bit, and maybe the pop wasn't really all the way back yet, and throwing was still a little tough, but it wasn't, I could play, I could figure it out. So it's kind of still something it's the game. Injuries happen. Got signed to Hamilton, kind of things happen one way or another. Ended up getting traded and found a pretty good spot in London, and I've really enjoyed my time here.
Who are some of the heroes that you might have looked up to as a kid? Obviously aspiring to be a baseball player, and I do have to ask, as a West Coast guy, were you one of those guys that would go from BC to Seattle anytime the Jays would head into Seattle to play the Mariners?
Yeah, I did one time when I was younger. I did go to a Mariners game. Didn't do it that often. I remember my favorite baseball player growing up was Vladimir Guerrero.
Nice.
And I remember we took a family trip to LA. We went to Disneyland one year. And we went to Angel Stadium and saw Anaheim against Texas. And this would have been 2008. So Vlad was still on the Angels at the time. And Josh Hamilton was on Texas.
Oh, wow.
And it was a Sunday game.
Josh Hamilton game.
It was a Sunday game, and Vlad doesn't play on Sundays. So I didn't see Vlad play, but I saw Josh Hamilton hit a home run. So that was cool. I remember seeing it. It was a home run to right center field, and I remember thinking it was just a line drive. Like, it was just the lowest, like, line drive home run. I was like, wow, I didn't think that was possible. Like, I didn't think that ball had a chance to get out. But it was like, when I was young, I still remember seeing it, seeing the home run, and not really knowing who, like, I didn't really care who Josh Hamilton was at the time. But that was really cool. And then I had went to one game in Seattle, and it was Seattle against Texas when Vlad was on Texas. Sunday game, Vlad doesn't play on Sundays. So I saw 2 games. Vlad was on both the teams. Didn't see Vlad play. But we did get to run the bases. And I saw Vlad for like a second, and I saw the sunflower seeds he was eating, and he walked away, and I went up on the dugout and I grabbed the sunflower seeds. I never saw him play, but I saw Ichiro play. I saw Josh Hamilton hit home run when I was really young. So that was probably Vlad was the guy I liked the most. I don't know why. I think it was the pine tar on the helmet. Is what I really liked. I liked Manny Ramirez for a long time. And then my favorite athlete growing up was always Tom Brady. I was a big Pats fan, still am.
Yes.
A little tough.
Fellow Pats fan.
But my I don't really know. Well, I mean, my dad was a big Drew Bledsoe fan, coming from Wazoo, I think, or UW. Or I think it was Wazoo. But he was a Pats quarterback, and he really loved Drew Bledsoe. And then I was too young to kind of see all that happen, but you kind of know the story. And then kind of as I was growing up, they kind of just kept watching the Patriots. My brother was like a really diehard Patriots fan, so you kind of want to be like your older brother when you're growing up. And I probably watched every Patriots game from 2009 to 2021 maybe, and then when he went to the Bucks, I watched every Bucks game.
So you would have remembered though before 2009, obviously the undefeated season.
I remember a lot. So I wasn't quite into football at the time, but I knew it was going on. Like I remember my brother was really into it, and my dad was like, "Wow, this is crazy! Like this team's unreal." I don't remember. I only because I go back and watch some of those games every once in a while, and I remember a few games seeing like I remember them when I rewatched them beat up on Washington like 52-0. I remember being like, "Oh, I've seen this before." But that Super Bowl, I went to a Super Bowl party, and I went to a guy I played baseball with like all growing up. His name was Kaiden Cardoso. We were at his house. I didn't watch a snap of that game. We played mini hockey downstairs the entire time. And I remember the only time I came back, I didn't see the David Tyree catch. I didn't see any. I think I watched like one snap before half when he got strip sacked when he was about to throw a bomb.
Yeah.
And then I think I remember somebody coming down telling me they were losing with like a minute to go, and I came back up and I watched that. But I didn't watch any of that game. I was more concerned about playing mini hockey at 7 years old.
Oh, that's a perfect response for a 7-year-old. Yeah, Super Bowl's going on. Great. Had a great mini hockey game instead.
Well, I remember just thinking like they're gonna win. Like it's not this game shouldn't be close. Like they're gonna win. It's not gonna be close. And that was. I think I'm glad I wasn't knowing how, because I was real diehard. Like knowing how Patriots losses affected me, and like watching them lose a Super Bowl and watching them lose AFC Championship games. I think I'm kind of glad I wasn't into it at like that point, to the point of I was when I was like 14, 15, because that one, it still hurts like that. It stings pretty bad, but it doesn't. I don't think I feel the full effect. I know my brother does.
I can tell you, I feel it too. I mean, all the Peyton Manning years too, and I think it was the 05 AFC title game. I think there was a pick thrown right at the end, and I'm pretty sure I almost broke my TV.
Yeah, well, and talk about Brady Manning. My brother went down to New England to watch 2 games. So I never saw Brady play, which I wish I did. He saw him play twice, and he saw 2 Brady Mannings. And the first one was in 2013 when they came back at halftime down. I think it was like 21-3 or 24-3. Watch that come back. And then he went back the next year in 2014 when they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year, and he watched him just beat down on the Broncos. So he saw 2 pretty good games. That was a little jealous of that. Yeah, he bought me a Brady jersey. I take it everywhere I go. I think it's lost right now, but I take it everywhere I go. He bought me a Brady jersey from one of those trips, and I've had it ever since. He bought me like an XL. I was like 14. I was like, dude, I can't. It doesn't fit. No, he
was futures thinking here. That's all.
Yeah, you'll grow into it. You're fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I think I still have a Brady jersey that I still fit in that I've had since about 06, 07. It was actually the special, it's like the AFL red jerseys that they had for the 1 year. So I ended up getting a Brady jersey from that. It's a cheap knockoff version, but it's still legit.
I think I have 3 football jerseys. It's a blue Patriots Brady one, a blue Michigan Brady one, and a white Bucks Brady one.
That is awesome. Well, the internet, I guess, hasn't been really cooperating with us, so I think we're just gonna wrap it up. Kaiden, thank you so much for doing this. Go Pats, go Majors, go, and again, all the best as the season rolls along.
Yeah, thanks for having me, fellas. I appreciate it.